in the world today. So whether it is that you want to grow your business or you want to land high-paying gigs, you must pay attention to LinkedIn. It has also become a norm that when you are applying for jobs, gigs, or certain international opportunities, some of these organizations often request that you share your LinkedIn profile URL. Which means if your profile is not well built or well optimized, it reduces your chances of being picked ahead of other applicants. That is why in this video, I want to show you how to stand out on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you the A to Z of profile optimization so that you can optimize your profile and not have to pay anybody to optimize your profile for you. In this video also, I will show you how to build a magnetic brand on LinkedIn so that when people land on your profile easily makes a good first impression and you can be considered for whatever opportunity you are applying for. And if you stay with me till the end of this video, I'm also going to give you access to some exclusive training materials that will show you how to start building your personal brand on LinkedIn so that you can begin to attract international opportunities. This is a practical tutorial. It is not just theory. All right, so let's head straight to my profile. There are 4 things I'm going to show you in this video that you must do if you want to stand out on LinkedIn. The first of it is profile optimization. Optimizing your profile 100% is by far one of your best chances of standing out on LinkedIn, so that when people land on your profile, like I said earlier, your profile makes a very strong impression and they can consider you as a strong candidate for whatever opportunity you are pitching for. So when a person lands on your LinkedIn profile, whether it's on their mobile phone or on their laptop, these are the 3 things they will foresee about your profile. That's your profile picture, your banner, and your headline. So I'm going to start from your profile picture. When you want to have a profile picture on LinkedIn, you want to ensure that you had a high quality, approachable profile picture. When I say approachable, put on a smile and look as attractive as you can, all right? And ensure that your face is well lit. The details on your face are very clear so that it can be visible to the people that land on your profile. Quick caution, all right? Depending on what kind of profile you're building, it is often advisable that you use a professional headshot or you use a semi-professional headshot. Do not use something casual except if such a picture represents the brand that you're trying to build. Do not forget that LinkedIn is a professional platform, so you want to really come off as being professional. The next thing I want to talk about is your LinkedIn banner. If you look at my banner, there are 3 key details on my banner. The part that has the background in black and then white text shows the audience what I do as a service provider. Underneath it, you will see that I've helped 200 plus brands and businesses, and then the logo of some of the brands that I've worked with. This is to give credibility to my brand and my profile, showing the caliber of people that I've worked with in the past. And if you look at the upper left corner, you will see my call to action. When people land on your profile, they want to know what step they should take. And I'm simply telling them to book a call with me to learn more about how I can help them. Now, this is an ideal banner for a service provider. If you are not a service provider, this may not suit your brand. But basically, what your banner is supposed to do is to reinforce the message in your headline, which is like the 3rd thing that I want to talk about in this video. And again, if you notice my profile picture and my banner, you will see that there is a synergy between the colors, all right? I basically use white, black, red, and yellow. And there is a way I try to sync the colors so that it is aesthetically appealing. That's one of the things you want to aim for when you are designing your profile picture and your LinkedIn banner. And if you want to design your banner, all you need to do is go to canva.com or download the Canva app on your phone, and you will have access to a lot of LinkedIn banner templates that you can simply edit. For example, this banner that I use currently was created on Canva. So if you know your way around Canva, you may not need to pay a graphic designer to help you come up with a beautiful LinkedIn banner. So let's head straight to Canva. So if you see on Canva, there are already templates created by some graphic designers, and you can simply pick any of them and edit it until it suits your taste. For example, this is for a chef, all right? And there are other banners for different kinds of service provider. For example, if you pick this one, you change the profile picture to yours, change the details to yours, download it, and you go fix it on your LinkedIn profile. To change your LinkedIn banner, all you need to do is to click this pencil icon. You will see update photo. Then you will see the upload photo button. If you click on it, it allows you to go into your gallery, upload the LinkedIn banner you have designed from Canva, and you are good to go. So the 3rd thing I want to talk about is your LinkedIn headline. So what you want to simply do is to answer 3 questions. Who are you? And when I say who are you, I mean who are you as a business or as a service provider? Who are you? What do you identify as? Who could benefit from your brand? All right. And what services do you provide? So if you check my profile, you will see that I help businesses and C-suite executives get seen. Who are the people that my profile can benefit? Businesses and C-suite executives. And who am I? I'm a LinkedIn executive ghostwriter, SEO web and blog writer, a content marketer, and a marketing communication specialist. And what services do I render? Of course, LinkedIn executive ghostwriting and SEO web and blog writing. So those are the basic questions that you want to answer in your headline. And if you look at the format for which I wrote my headline, you will see that first I have my value statement, and then I put LinkedIn executive ghostwriter, SEO web and blog writer. These are some of the keywords that are related to the service that I render, so that when people come to LinkedIn and search for those keywords, my profile can appear. What we call search engine optimization. LinkedIn also has an SEO function that you can leverage by putting certain keywords that are relevant to your industry in different areas of your profile. I will show you some of the areas where you can put these keywords as I continue with this tutorial. So the next thing that you should do is write your about section. We call this place your about section, or your bio, or your summary. What you want to do in this section is to write your about section in such a way that it speaks to your target audience. It speaks to their pain points, to their aspirations, and to their challenges. If you notice the format for which I wrote mine, I first wrote about what content creation can do for businesses and individuals. Do not forget, my target audiences again are businesses and C-suite executives. So the reason why I started this way is to show my target audience that first and foremost, I understand what they are trying to achieve before I then introduce myself as the right person for the job, talk about my background, my experiences, some of the brands that I've written for, my certification, and all of that. And then I end it with a call to action, so that if people want to reach out to me to work with me, they know what step they should be taking. So basically, this is like an ideal way to craft your about section. It does not focus on just you, it focuses on you and your target audience. So the next thing I'm going to talk about, which is like the fifth part you want to optimize in your profile, is your service section. This feature was recently added by LinkedIn. It allows you to list some of the services that you render. So I'm going to click on that button, and it's going to show you all the services that I have listed. And again, if you have people that have used your service before, you can send them a request to drop you a review. For example, invite to review. So if you have people that have experienced your service before, send them a request to write you a review. This can also boost your profile. So in this place, you have to list the services that you provide. For example, if you see my own profile, I have search engine optimization, writing, ghostwriting, public speaking, and the like. So you list the services that are relevant to your own profile. That's number 5. Number 6, the next place that I want to speak to you about is your featured section. So this is like your online shop. And again, depending on what you're building your LinkedIn profile for, that will determine what you put in this section. For example, if you're a service provider, then you want to probably put the link for people to speak with you, or you want to put your portfolio link. If you're looking to use your LinkedIn to get a job, then you want to put your CV. If a HR person lands on your profile, they can easily access your CV and see whether you have the qualification they require for the job. But in this section, you want to have between just 2 or 3 links that are relevant to what you are trying to build. So that's number 6. So let's quickly go to your experience section. This is one of the places you can impute keywords that are related to what you are positioning for on LinkedIn. And that is why if you check through my experience section, you will see ghostwriting, you will see content creator, you will see ghostwriter, independent contractor. You will see that I have added relevant keywords to my industry in different and strategic locations on my profile. Again, the goal of this is to ensure that your profile is ranking when people are searching for the keywords that are related to your industry. And one of the things that you also want to do in this section is that you don't just want to list your job experience. You want to highlight some of the roles that you performed while you were on the job, and if possible, some of the tangible results that you got for the companies you have worked for. These are some of the things that HR people are looking out for on your profile, so that you can pitch yourself as a strong candidate for the job. There is an education section on your LinkedIn profile where you can list some of the certificates that you have. I have 3 listed. My first degree, my Master's of Science in Mass Communication, and then my Master's in Business Administration. If you also have licenses and certifications that are relevant to the brand you're trying to build, ensure that you also list them here. If you check my profile, I have about 33 licenses and certifications. What some of these things does is that it also helps to reinforce your position as a strong candidate for the job you're trying to apply for. If you have volunteered for companies before, this may be relevant, again, depending on what you are trying to build on LinkedIn. There's a skill section on LinkedIn where you can list the skills that are related to what you're positioning for, and over time you can invite some of your colleagues, your friends, to come and endorse the skill. So if you see, for example, I have writing, search engine optimization, and some of these skills have been endorsed severally by some of my connections. All right, this also is like external affirmation that you are good at a particular skill. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is the recommendation section. So if you look at all the sections we have discussed so far, they have to do with you talking about yourself. But the recommendation section is like your typical referee when you are applying for a job on site. You know, many companies will tell you had 1 or 2 referee contact details. They want to reach out to those people and ask them about your professional trajectory, for example, or their past experience when you worked with them. So LinkedIn also has a space where you can actually have people that you have worked with in the past come leave you recommendations. So this is not just you now talking about yourself. These are other people who have experienced you talking about you. This gives more credibility to your LinkedIn profile. If you see, for example, on my profile, 37 people have given me recommendations on LinkedIn, either as a writer or as a coach. And what this does for my profile is that it raises my credibility as a service provider. All right, so those are the basic areas of your profile that you want to ensure you have optimized. So that's the first thing that you want to do if you want to stand out on LinkedIn. So the other 3 things I want to talk to you about that you need to do if you want to stand out on LinkedIn, number 1 is content creation. Now that you have defined your goals for your LinkedIn profile and you have defined what your brand is all about, it's time to start creating content around the focus of your personal brand on LinkedIn. For example, I am a ghostwriter, so I want to create content around writing, around marketing, around content creation. What this will do for you is that it will begin to position you as an authority in your space. Who do people actually consider an authority? It is often people who have enough content on a particular subject, whether video content, written content. But as far as LinkedIn is concerned, you can actually create different content formats. You can create video content, you can create written content, you can design what we call carousels, among other content formats that you can post. But you want to start creating content around the subject that you're positioning for. Gradually, as people read your content and as you teach and educate people and also share your personal stories, people begin to know you for a particular subject and you begin to build authority in that space. So that's the second thing that stands you out on LinkedIn. It is not enough that you have created a LinkedIn profile now and then you disappear. You want to show up once in a while, and I often advise that you show up at least 3 times a week. So that can be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Create content around what you're positioning for so that people can begin to see you as an authority in that space. And I haven't said that. The second thing that I'm going to talk to you about is networking. LinkedIn is first and foremost a professional networking platform. So you want to take networking very seriously. And what do I mean? You want to connect with people in your industry, people in related industry. You want to connect with influencers and the top creators on the platform. Build friendship. You don't actually know where your next opportunity might be coming from. It might come from somebody you just met on the platform and you introduce yourself, talk to the person about what you do, who you are, and all of that. Over time, this person may find an opportunity that is suited to you and they may recommend you for it, all right? So you want to take networking very seriously on LinkedIn. And the third one is an offshoot of networking. It is that you must engage with other people. It is not enough that you are creating content. You must also ensure that you are liking and commenting on other people's posts on the platform. The golden rule says that do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So if you want to build a brand that stands out, if you want to create content and get engagement on the platform, ensure that you're giving out the same energy to other people, because by the law of reciprocity, that will compel people to also do the same unto you. And gradually, everybody is growing, everybody is winning together. Now that you have stayed with me to the end of this video, I hope you have learned how to optimize your profile. However, I did promise you that I will share with you other exclusive training resources from my academy that will help you to grow your LinkedIn and to attract international opportunities. So click this link here and you will have access to over 5 videos that shows you how to create content on LinkedIn, how to market yourself on LinkedIn, how to sell also on LinkedIn. If this video has been useful for you, like this video, drop me a comment if there are still other things you want to understand about LinkedIn that I did not touch in this video, and I will consider recording videos in the future to answer the questions that are still on your mind. If you want to see more of this kind of video that shows you how to write online to build impact, influence, and also income, make sure you subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell so that every time I record a video like this, you will be notified. I'll see you in my next video.